What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be filming one of my favorite videos ever, which is a full face of first impressions, aka me testing out new affordable drugstore makeup products for what is now fall 2020. Literally so crazy to say that out loud because we've literally been in the house all year, but that's besides the point. I do have a pretty big variety of products to try out within today's video, but if you guys want to see anything in particular that I may have left out in this video, leave it down below in the comments because I'll be happy to pick up those products and feature them in my next video. With that, if you guys are not yet subscribed, make sure you guys press that subscribe button. Also, do me a solid, press the like button and turn on your notifications because moving has been so crazy for me recently that my uploading schedule is really fluctuating as a result. So if you guys want to stay up to date as to when I'm posting videos, you're definitely going to want to make sure those notifications are turned on. So with that, let's zoom in super up close and personal so you can see all my blemishes, all my pores. Y'all already know, and let's get started. Let's go. So to start, my brows are done, lids are primed, and skin is nice and moisturized. I do want to start this video off with a lip balm. This is a brand new lip balm from e.l.f. This is called the Ride or Die lip balm. I have used this already and I do really like it. This one is in Mighty Mint. It's just a clear shade, and they also have several other shades that have a slight tint to them. But for the purpose of today's video, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of Mighty Mint because my lips are a little dry and chapped right now. Let's move on to eyeshadow. I do have two new eyeshadow palettes here from LA Girl. This is a part of their Break Free collection. I really love the packaging on this. I've been on a really big butterfly kick recently, so these are really, really pretty. This one is just that typical warm tone eyeshadow palette. I feel like you can do a really beautiful chocolate smoky eye with that, but then they also have this one right here, and I'm thinking I want to film more of like a purpley cranberry look for fall. So I think I'm gonna opt for the purple palette just because I haven't played with color in a little bit. So I'm going to take a blending brush, just an M441. Actually, this is an M433 by Morphe. And I'm going to pick up a little bit, just a little bit of this shade right here. It's a very pretty soft pink shade. And I'm just going to put it in my crease. So far, I feel like the shadow is blending beautifully in my crease. It's also building up very nicely, but I'm not the biggest fan of a pink eye, so I definitely want to add some dimension and add a little bit more of a deeper color. So I'm gonna take this shade right here towards the very bottom. It is a really pretty dark purpley plum. On that same brush, I'm just going to focus it right here on the outer V. I'm really just going to go to town and start packing it on just so that way I could really just intensify the way that this looks. Oh wow, that is really, really pretty. I'm gonna take a clean brush just because I do want to really buff out those edges. It looks like it's getting a little harsh in this area, so I'm just gonna take a clean M433 and I'm just going to lightly dust it over the edges. All right, so far so good. I feel like these are blending out very, very nicely. I'm not really experiencing any patchiness with the exception of like this little area right here, but I think we can make this work. I do want to go in with the next shade from within the palette. This is kind of like a plum shade right here. It is really, really beautiful. It is more of a shimmery texture, but it doesn't have like chunky glitter or anything like that. So I'm going to take an M433 brush and I'm going to use this to really just start smoking out this look. I love that it has a slight sheen to it, so it just gives a different finish to the eye. Again, I am simply packing this right here on the outer V of the eyelid. Oh, okay, so that's looking very different, like very different for us. You guys know I normally don't take any shimmery colors like in the outer V, but I'm trying something a little bit different today. I am going to take a cleaner brush and I'm just lightly going to diffuse out this color that we put into the crease. Now I am getting quite a bit of fallout right here in the outer V, but it's completely okay. I can definitely clean that up with a makeup wipe, so I'm not too alarmed by it and I'm not really too concerned, but ooh, that is looking so pretty, so gorgeous. I'm going to work on the other side and then we can decide what we're gonna put on the lid. With a little bit of concealer, I will be using the Hydrating Camo Concealer by e.l.f. and I'm gonna use this to cut my crease just because I do wanna carve out a little bit of lid space. So I'm finally at a point where I can actually add my lid shade. So I'm gonna take the shade right here. It is super pretty. I was thinking about this shade, but I think the shade's gonna be a little bit too dark for what I'm going for. So I'm gonna pick up this one on a flat brush and I'm just gonna pack it all over the lid, exactly where I cut my crease. I do feel like the shade kind of crumbles a little bit. If it does remind me of anything, it reminds me of the really pretty kind of like foiled shadows within like Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes. It is such a beautiful and like buttery formula, but when I try to apply it with a brush, I feel like it kind of just crumbles on my eye, which is why I did switch to just using my finger. But wow, that is so beautiful. It has really pretty kind of like lilac iridescence to it, and I am all into that. Right now, I'm just taking a brush just so that way I could lightly buff and blend the two shades together, because I don't want a harsh line, like a line of demarcation. Like I don't want that. I want things to gradate into each other. Not gonna lie, you guys, I was definitely doubting myself for a second, but I think we're in a really good place. I am gonna go in with the black from within the palette. Not gonna lie, it looks a little faded, so I'm not that hopeful, but I am going to carve out a cat eye wing, and I like to do this with eyeshadow. If you guys are new here, this is such an easy way to get the perfect wing on both sides. So I like to just carve it out with shadow, fill it in with liquid liner. Y'all already know. So now that I have that traced out with a little bit of eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in with my liquid eyeliner. This here is by L'Oreal. This is the super slim liquid eyeliner in black. It says up to 12-hour wear. It's not a new product for me by any means, but it's just what I have in my collection. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clean up all of this fallout, because I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hard to see the vision. So let's actually do a quick cleanup, pop on some lashes, and then we'll start working on the rest of the face. So now that I have my lashes on, I definitely want to touch base on some skincare products. Would you call these skincare products? I would call them skincare products. e.l.f. did just launch a new facial oil mist, and they sent all three my way. This one is energizing, this one is soothing, and then we have restoring. I have already tried the soothing one. You guys, this smells incredible. It definitely feels very, very refreshing on the skin. On the back, it says need a boost, mist onto face throughout the day as needed. And this one is also infused with neroli oil. I'm gonna give it a little shake, and I'm just going to spritz it all over. Again, very, very refreshing. It smells so incredibly good, and I'm a really big fan of these already. I have, again, tried them out already off camera, so I'm just going to take whatever's left and then just kind of pat it into the skin. This definitely isn't a product I would put over top of makeup, but more so on my face right before makeup to really like heavily hydrate the skin. Anyways, let's move on to foundation. I do kind of have a foundation, but maybe more so a BB cream, because it is marketed as a BB cream. This is brand new by Catrice Cosmetics. This is the Clean ID Hydro BB Cream. It says it's made with 99% natural ingredients, and it's vegan, which is awesome, because I feel like I always get questions from you guys asking if I can film with more clean beauty products like vegan and stuff like that. They did send over a card, and not only is it vegan, but it's paraben-free, gluten-free, perfume-free, alcohol-free, oil-free, and silicone free. So if you have very acne prone skin like myself, I feel like this is going to be a very, very clean product that's not going to really clog your pores or cause any breakouts. So I'm going to dive right in. I have 3 shades here. I'm going to do some swatches on my face. This one here is a shade Light Warm, and I will be applying it with a foundation brush. Wow, when was the last time I used a foundation brush and did foundation swatches in a video? I feel like it's been so long. I'm going to take Light Warm right here. That one's looking a little light, so I'm going to then swatch a shade called Medium. So I'm definitely thinking medium might be it, but I also have the shade Medium Warm that I'm going to swatch right next to it. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't the slightest bit torn. I think Light Warm is way too light. I think medium could be the perfect shade, and I think medium tan is a little too orange. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix a little bit of medium tan into medium to get my perfect shade. I'm gonna do a little bit of a cocktail on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to start painting it on one side of my face, because I really wanna show you what this product looks like all on its own compared to the side that doesn't have any product on it at all. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge to buff and blend this out. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the Total Face Sponge by e.l.f. So this is what the right side of my face is looking like with one layer of that BB cream. I don't think it's meant to be a full coverage product, so I'm not even gonna waste my time building it up. Is it the product for me? I feel like on my no makeup days, I would really love this, but today with this like full-blown intense smoky eye, I don't feel like it's really doing justice for me. So I am gonna go in and spot conceal. You guys know I've been obsessed with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This stuff is holy grail. I cannot believe I stopped using this. I'm also gonna take a little bit of the Fit Me concealer underneath my eyes for more of a full coverage look. And I'm gonna keep the rest of the face fairly natural with the BB cream on it because this is kind of how I've been doing my makeup anyways. By the way, you guys, we have been moving these past few days, which is why my upload schedule is a little wonky. And I literally had the biggest accident ever. Like, I was trying to like run and catch up to the moving van, and it was actually raining that day. I slipped on the concrete and I literally slipped, and literally look at my arm. My knees are horrendous. Like, they're so fat, they're so scraped up. I also have a little cut right here. So if you guys peep that in the video, just know I'm okay, but like going to sleep, it's a little painful. Like getting up out of bed, it's a little painful because my knees really hurt right now. Anyway, let's actually move on. I'm gonna go in with some of the Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. This one is in the shade 200 Natural Beige. This is such a great product. I'm gonna take it on my sponge actually, and I'm just going to start pressing it into the skin. And the reason I'm doing this instead of doing like my no makeup look is because I do have more of a full coverage like smoky eye going on, and I feel like with a very natural face it just looks a little strange. So I definitely want to add additional coverage with powder as opposed to foundation. Unfortunately, I don't have a new bronzer to test out, so I'm gonna go in with an oldie but a goodie. This is by Milani. This is the Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Suntan. And I'm just going to bronze up the skin and give myself a little bit of color. Let's actually move on to face products. Now, e.l.f. did launch some new bite-sized face duos to go alongside their bite-sized mini eyeshadow palettes, which I think is so dope. They did launch 3, but one of mine broke. I do have this one right here in Cantaloupe, and then I have another one in Pomegranate. I will be using Pomegranate for today's video because it is so beautiful, and I feel like the blush color is really going to complement the eyes. I'm gonna take it on a Smashbox brush, smile, and then just pop it like up here. I really have been loving the way my blush looks a little bit higher. Like, look at that. That's really beautiful. Oh my god, this is so pretty. I feel like this highlighter though will be a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but I could be wrong. Let's actually go in with just a little bit on a highlighting brush. This one is by ABH, but I do know Milani has one very similar. I will have it listed down below for you guys. Oh, wow. Okay, e.l.f. They are really killing the game. Do not sleep on e.l.f., you guys. They have come such a long way from when I first started using their products. When I started my channel, I remember when their products were only $1. This is, I want to say $3. Could be wrong, but very high quality, and I'm living for it. So for the rest of the eyes, I am going to just mix this shade and this shade, smudge it out on my lower lash line just to bring this entire look together. You guys have seen me do this a million times over, so I'm just going to run some music. There's no need to waste time here. Just get it on your lower lash line, smudge it out, smoke it out. Y'all already know. Then with the highlight from the Face Duo by e.l.f., I'm just gonna pop this in my very inner corner. It's like a little step I never skip. I always like to do this. I think it looks so pretty and fresh. I'm gonna pop on a lip color. Now, Maybelline did just launch some brand new lip products, like several of them, and I wanna say it is a coffee inspired collection. They launched some Superstay Matte Ink lip products. The one I wanna use today is called Chai Genius. I did already swatch it right here. I think it's gonna look really beautiful with this look. I was thinking more of like a bold lip, but I think that'll be a little much, so we're gonna opt for this one. Now I'm gonna finish things off with this setting spray right here. This is the Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist by e.l.f. It says up to 16-hour wear. Now we can spray. Oh wow, that mist is very, very fine. You know those sprays are like water hoses? Well, that's not it. It's very, very fine. And I don't know, I feel like it looks really, really nice. It also smells like cucumber. On the back, it says it is infused with green tea, cucumber, and aloe, known to nourish skin and keep makeup looking fresh, as though you just applied it. Okay, e.l.f. is really killing it. I am really obsessed with this look. What do you think? So I went ahead and zoomed you out just so that way you guys can see the final and completed look. And I'm pretty obsessed with a lot of the products I tried within today's video. Granted, the Catrice BB cream, it really didn't give me that much coverage, but I'm more so obsessed with my base than anything else, just because I feel like I have a full coverage look going on, but it doesn't look dry, it doesn't look cakey or anything like that. I feel like I have really, really pretty luminosity to my skin, and it looks very nice and hydrated. If I had perfect skin and I wasn't struggling with acne, I feel like this would be a day-to-day product for me, just because I've really been into the no makeup, barely there, no foundation look, and I feel like this gave my skin such a beautiful glow. So if you have perfect skin, if you're not struggling with acne like myself, this may be a product you would want to try. I feel like their shade selection is kind of like, they definitely need to work on it, but 99% natural ingredients, that's incredible, and I have to give big kudos to Catrice for coming out with a product like this. Anyways, let's actually move on to the eyeshadow palette. I do quickly want to note that it is a really, really pretty color story, but I did find the shadows to be slightly dry, slightly chalky, but that's not to say that they don't perform well, because as you can see, they are very much pigmented and blendable, and I was able to get such a beautiful, stunning eye that is very much comparable to high-end beauty products. So definitely check out these products. I will have them listed down below if you guys are interested in checking them out. Let me know what videos you guys want to see from me, and if you guys want to see me use any other new drugstore makeup products, drop them down below in the comments so that way I can pick them up and use them in my next video. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Give it a big old like, subscribe if you haven't already, and also turn on those post notifications so that way you guys are up to date whenever I upload. I love you, and I will talk to you guys all very, very soon. Deuces.